Welcome back to my table. Let's sketch a scene from Hanoi, Vietnam. I was there last October to run an art retreat. So here's a photo reference. You will find it in the link, and also I'll be posting it a few more times during the demo. This is one of my favorite art tools at the moment. It's a ink brush made by Sennelier. It dries permanent and it's quite fun to play with. So let me show you how I warm up. If you have a new tool, which is what I'm doing right now, you just to play with it, push it around, drag the brush, and see what kind of marks you can get out from it. Here I'm layering more colored pencil lines. These are water-soluble colored pencils, so you can actually put water over it as well. I'm just going with the flow, just allowing the lines to dance. Here a bit of crayon work as well, and see what happens. So it is intuitive, it is playful, it's experimental as well. Here I am pulling in my brush and watercolor, and I'm pushing them around again. If you saw my workshop with Sketching Retreat, you will remember this list of prompts. Feel free to use them as well. For example, you can change the edges, you can build bridges, you can spill joy. Feel free to make up your own prompts, and hopefully this will help you create endless fun. I hope you enjoyed watching my warm-up, and hopefully you've given it a go as well. Now what I'm going to do to show you how I use the warm-up as an inspiration for my sketching and painting. So remember the photograph I showed you earlier of Hanoi? This is a really interesting spot with a huge tree next to a little, I believe, home temple. And you see two ladies buying and selling on the street as well, with a man looking over their shoulder. I'm starting with the same ink brush pen, creating big sweeping shapes from top to bottom. Because I believe the tree is a really important part of the story that I'm trying to capture. And now I'm using pencil just to spiral and expand the story slightly leftward. Now I'm slowly penciling in the two Vietnamese ladies that you saw in the photograph. And often I do stop my painting, I pause, go back to drawing just to clarify my thoughts, strengthen the story, and then later on you'll see me returning to the painting again. I hope you can see how the warm-up that I did earlier has been helpful. I don't use everything from warm-up, but I think that's enough gems inspiration for me to carry over. You probably can see how the lines, the colors are very much borrowed from the warm-up. If you're wondering what that tool is, that's just a little twig shaved and cut down with a sharp tip. And I love to use unconventional tools because they really create very interesting marks and lines. So I'm beginning to paint in the two Vietnamese women. Because the first Vietnamese woman is standing next to this orange tree, I've decided to give her a purple outfit. Purple is sort of like a opposite and complementary to that orange, so I think they work really well together. So you can always think about painting in the opposites. So if you have a really bright subject, you can always make the background a little cooler, maybe darker or lighter. So warm and cool, often it's a great way to select your colors. So here I'm trying to depict the tree. There's a lot of little bits and pieces in this tree. So the best way is to use the brush, splatter, and make big shapes to convey the feeling and sense of the tree just sort of swaying in the wind. So try not to paint in every single leaf that you see. I'm also made some of the branches darker so it shows a bit more depth. Here I'm adding a bookend to the left side of the sketch so that the viewer doesn't leave the picture. Later you'll also see me putting a bookend on the right side to just close the picture. Here's the photograph again. Hopefully I've captured the essence of this photograph and being in Hanoi. I'm also now pulling in my dip pen with permanent blacking just to delineate and clarify some of the details. Only problem is I think I made the temple a little bit too squat in comparison to the figures. I should have made it a little bit bigger. So here, I'm trying to clarify, make things a little more visible, picked out the details, push back the parts that are not so important. Here I'm bringing back the bright orange ink brush again, just to create a bit of highlight, emphasis, and also just to extend the big ancient tree a little bit more to the top and the bottom. A few more dots and dashes to highlight the story, and I think I'm done. I hope you've enjoyed traveling with me vicariously to Hanoi, Vietnam. Please scan the QR code to stay in touch so that you can find more about my future workshops and retreat. Thank you for watching.